So this is a great sequence if you've just got 10 minutes available to you and you just want to wake up the spine. Starting in child's pose, knees wide, bringing the body down. Opening the fingers, spreading the hands, letting the head rest down on your mat and finding the breath. Two more deep breaths, just exactly where you are. And then on your next inhale, gently rise up to tabletop position. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders, and then dropping the head to look down to the thighs, rounding the spine up towards the ceiling. And then as you change and neutralize the spine, tucking the toes under, lifting the hips, coming into a gentle downward facing dog. The knees can be soft and bent. Taking a breath here. And then gently lifting the head to look between the hands towards the end of your mat and lowering the knees back down to the floor. Continuing with the lift of the head, the drop of the spine, just moving the spine in the opposite direction, so into extension. And then starting to neutralize it, and this time coming up onto the knees, bring the hands onto the waist. Lift, look up, lift the chest. Hold it there, one breath. And then exhale, bring the hands back down to the floor. Start to tuck the tailbone under, return the hips down to your child's pose again. One breath, inhale. Breathing out. On the next inhale, raise back up to your tabletop position. Lift the head, look up. And then start to look down, tuck the toes, tuck the tailbone. Lift into your gentle downward facing dog. Breathe here. We could inhale, maybe lift the heels away from the mat. Exhale, start to encourage them down towards the mat. They don't need to be on it. And then replace the knees back down to the floor. Start to lift the head. And then bring the hands away from the mat, hands onto the waist. Lifting the chest, maybe starting to encourage the hips forwards. And exhale, fold back down to your child's pose. One more of these. Inhale, tabletop. Lift the head. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under. Lift the knees off the floor, push the hands down into the mat. Raising the heels, and then on the exhale, lowering the heels. Inhale, ground the knees back down to the floor. Starting to lift the chest, the head. And then on the return, taking the hands away, lifting the chest. If you want this time, you can bring the hands to the lower spine, onto the tops of the hips, and you could encourage a little bit more of a back bend if that feels okay for you. Just see how that feels. And then exhale, coming down to your child's pose. This time we're going to bring one leg forward. So tabletop first. So inhale, coming up to your tabletop. Exhale there. Next inhale, bring the right leg forwards to the right hand. Still kneeling on the left knee, bring the arms up into your half warrior. Good, nice. And then exhaling, grounding the left hand, come into a twist, lifting the right hand either up towards the ceiling or onto the small of the back. Hold it here for one breath. Changing hands, the right hand comes down to the floor, left hand either small of back or lifting up into the air, it's your choice. And then exhale, hands come down to the floor, walk the hands back towards your thigh and start to straighten through the right leg, lifting the right toes, gentle hamstring stretch on the right side, keep the chest lifted and then ease off that, bring the foot back. Tip the hips or draw the hips back down to your heels and then up to tabletop. Next breath in, step the left foot forwards. Inhale, bring the hands up, half warrior. Allowing that lunge to feel comfortable in the hips. Coming down for your twist, right hand down, left hand up. And then changing the twist. And then bringing the hands down, gentle stretch on the left hamstring. Easing that off by walking the hands back forwards again. Left knee comes down. Sit the hips back down to the floor. One breath here. And then we're going to start coming away from the floor into standing. Inhale, tabletop. Tuck the toes under. Exhale, push the hips back. Downward facing dog. One breath here. Inhale, lift the heels if you want. Exhale, lower the heels. Small step forward with the left foot. Allow the heel to come down to the floor. Big step forward with the right foot, so it comes to where the right hand is. If you need more than one step, that's totally fine. Inhale, right knee bends. Draw the body up, come into your warrior one. Gazing to the thumbs. And then exhaling, you're going to open the arms out to your left, coming into your warrior two. Reversing that warrior. Look up towards the top hand or the ceiling, if that's okay for your neck. And then exhale, bring the hands down to the feet. Step back into your plank position. Lower down to the floor. You can use knees if that works better for you. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Small step forward with the right foot. Allow the heel to come down to the mat. Step the left foot forwards to the left hand. Take a couple of steps if that feels better for your body. Deep bend on the left knee. Inhale, lift the hands. Gaze into the thumbs. And exhale, opening to your warrior two, out to your right. Keep looking towards the front left hand. Inhale, slide the right hand down the back leg. Lift the left hand, look up. And exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up, exhaling back. Inhale, step or jump, come through to sit. Cross-legged position, taking the hands to the opposite knees, rounding through the spine, look down into the lap. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, roll onto the front of the sit bones, look up. And then exhale, roll the pelvis back. Once again, inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Release, change the hands. Opposite hand to the opposite knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. You're rocking the pelvis here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, back. Good. Release the hands, shake them out. Lean back on the hands, change the cross of the legs. Taking a twist towards your right. Inhale, lift through the chest. Turn to look over the right shoulder. The left hand can rest on the knee, palm down or palm up. We don't want any pulling, so just be gentle with that hand. Keeping lifted through the chest, breathing here. 1. Second breath. 2. Change sides. And exhale, release. Coming to the feet on the floor, hip width apart. The hands behind you, you can have fingers towards the toes or out to the side. Lift the chest first. Then inhale, lift the hips for your reverse tabletop. Just holding here for 2 breaths. Keep lifting those hips. 1, lift those hips, lift the chest. And 2, exhale, lower the hips down. Straighten the legs, take a forward fold for the hamstrings, just to the point of comfort. And then very gently lower the body down. Take the last few minutes of rest if you've got time. You can have the knees bent or you can have the legs straight. Just feeling that bit of warmth in the body. Short 10-minute practice.